Alrighty, guys. I'm going to do this update 15 minutes early this time. I have a meeting coming up in about 15 minutes, so I have a little collision going on there. But I am watching it, and right now we had this crazy sell, crazy action going on here. Most likely because of the Iranian situation. I thought it was a 5-year auction. I guess it could be both, but definitely at 1 o'clock something happened. Market took off to the downside with a vengeance. I tried one long trade on the ES right there at the lower end of that range. Had a nice pop going, and then also you can see how the ES ran right back down, stopped me out. And this little trade up here was good for like $70, and then I ended up with 12 because I sat in it, and I had my limit right here at the tab, but it never even hit my limit. So that's the time you kind of have to like shake your head and wonder what the heck's going on. But that was a frustrating thing. Could have been a big trade, but no, it turned out to be a smaller trade. And then I took it lower, so I didn't end up in a loser. That's a good one. And then you can see here on the return as they ran out of gas here at the right into that 2 o'clock hour. Look at that retracement. That was nothing but violent. Good news though, my new graphics card seems to be keeping up. And usually I would have expected this one to start lagging, but it's processing fast enough to keep everything going. So there you have it. So we're back to the mean again. And all right, so after a day of crazy stuff, you can see we were up this morning, testing the highs, right? Then we had a big sell-off right there, testing the lows, and we're right back to the middle. So there we have it. So that's kind of the day. Range bound, volatile, swing, violent swings back and forth. Same story with the NASDAQ, also way up in the morning, made new highs, looked pretty freaking good, right? And then absolutely totally creamed it right down here, tested the lows, took out the lows, and then some, flushed out a bunch of positions back up here to the 26,900, kind of holding above that area now. So they're back up above the 26,900. We'll see if they can hold that or not. But man, it is nothing but crazy stuff. So I want to trade I took today was that one trade on the ES, and I just realized this is getting that's absolutely too volatile. So I didn't do anything else. So that's it. The bond market, I didn't take any trades on. I was just looking at that thing, and we are pretty much sideways on that one. Same story, that big reaction back here to the mean, and that's kind of where we are. I did a crypto trade. I got my ass handed to me on the cryptos, the silver trade. I see I'm on the way down here. I got short, and again, when you chase the market, this is what can happen. You chase the market, you run and manage to sell the low. I repaired it once, and then he absolutely knocked me out. I tried another short, and it knocked me out. So this whole thing was reversing, and I was just on the wrong side of it twice. So there you have it. So I turned into a $60 loser. That's because I was stuck in the market was moving pretty quick. So anyway, so that sucked. But anyway, so that was 3 trades on the on silver, and pretty much so 2 trades, 3 contracts on silver, and that didn't work out too good. So I did find a bug though. I had a weird bug report, a field reporting going on here. So I was just kind of trying to figure out what was going on with that one. But anyway, so that was a tough one on the cryptos. But then again, I freaking never chase the market. Peter, note to myself, don't chase the market. The crypto, sometimes you just get sucked into it. You start chasing it and you end up selling into the low, right? That's what happens. Or because by the time you see it, it's reversal is pretty imminent. Now you sometimes you get lucky, and that's what keeps you doing it, you know. But it's I have 4 screens, so I have 2 big 4K screens on the bottom, and I have 2 smaller screens on top. So that's what I got right now. So the 4K screens are like the display the resolution on those guys are. Let me show you here. So this is my setup right there, 2 screens, and these big screens are 3840 by 2160 Dell screens, and the smaller ones here are like 2560 by 1440. So that's what I got right now. They're not very expensive, these screens. They're like $250 a screen or something like that. They're not that crazy expensive. All right, so anyway, so that's what I got there. Yeah, I upgraded it to a $600 graphics card. It's like a NVIDIA 5060 Ti. That's what I'm using right now. NVIDIA 5060 Ti. And so that definitely works a lot better. It's still I can see the processor lagging sometimes. So some of the lags and drags and stuff I have going on are more related to the uh, processor speed. But processor is fast enough for most situations. And what I think has been dragging is mostly the graphics card. I had two P2200 Quadros, which are not necessarily high-end graphics cards. So we'll see. I mean, but it was moving pretty good here. So this would have been usually been lagging in with my old setup, and so far I've been it kept up pretty good. All right, guys, we'll wrap it there. So basically, I'm starting range bound. We were up, we were down, we're back in the middle. So both of them just start off range bound. Watch, we have pretty good ledges here on the you see the JK failures here at the 7120s, and you have the upper edges here against the 7180s. So just look to sell strength, buy weakness in the same kind of spot. I'm gonna adjust these edges for tomorrow. Same story here on the Nasdaq. Range bound, buy weakness, sell strength. Let's see where they're gonna go from here. But it is volatile and it's choppy, and any headlines coming out of that Iranian situation, as I said, could very well could kick in like stuff like this. So we'll see. I'm going to be listening into it to see what the big deal is. But and if it's something to do with the financials, the 5-year auction, or if it was just the Iranian news which came out. Anyway, we'll leave it there, guys. So sorry for wrapping this up early, but I had to kind of get on the meeting here in about 10 minutes. Okay. Yeah, so it's I can show you. I'm going to stop the recording here. I'll show the card I'm using. So